Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to shift way faster. This is going to help you if you're feeling stuck or feeling like whatever. Okay, so if you're new here, this is the Master Manifestors channel, and I am Olivia Grace. Here, I talk about law of assumption, manifestation, all that good stuff. So if you're into that, then I'd love to have you be a part of the channel. I do have ways that I can help you in the description. If you'd like to work one-on-one with me, you can. And if you would like to join my Patreon and have exclusive challenges that we do monthly, as well as daily metaphysical Bible studies, then I'd love to have you there as well. All right. But other than that, if you're just here for the free info, you do get your first 7 days free with the Patreon. But you also just get lots and lots of helpful information just by being a part of the channel. I intend for all of your success, which is why so many people get so much success literally on the video or shortly after the video. As well as just continuing to give y'all that thrax, which I'm just gonna do every single time. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it. Hi everyone, hi Azania, hi Celestial, hi Reality Goddess, aloha, hi Kayla, hi Carisha, hi Ash Lily, hi Mama Kay, hi Siren, hi Justin, hi Alice Carline, all my baes. Wow, it's gonna be an incredible live, guys. I'm feeling like it's gonna be an incredible live, okay? Hi, Nina. Ascending Goddess, Princess. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. Okay, y'all, let's get started, okay? Because this video, hi Noosh, is going to change shit for you, okay? Sometimes y'all, sometimes I be like knowing things or going about things a certain way, and I'm like, I already told them this, they already know, but we can use reminders, okay? So, let's get into it. I always think I'm tripping when I see you live. I'm already watching you. I love that, Princess. All right, you guys, I feel so good. Just all of you guys are like all my favorites. There's still some favorites missing, but there's a lot of my favorites here, so I'm excited. And I'm excited because it's really gonna help y'all. All right, so I don't like to make you wait. The secret is knowing that there's no freaking time. Okay, there's no time. All right. What keeps us stuck? Right? What keeps us stuck in a reality, stuck in a belief, stuck in an assumption, stuck in whatever the fuck, is by believing that what has happened has to continue happening. What has happened is preventing what I want from happening. What has happened or has not happened or has been happening means that it's going to take me a long time for me to get my results. There's this future version of me who's out there, and how do I become them, and what do I gotta do? There's all of these things that cause us to continuously identify as the old version. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I feel fucking incredible because this shit that I'm about to explain to y'all is going to shift you instantly, okay? With everything, it doesn't fucking matter, all right? It doesn't matter. Buckle up, we're quantum leaping. Okay, clock it then, princess, because that's exactly what's going on. Literally. All right? Let's talk about this. All right? Let's talk about the idea that there's no linear time, which means that the idea that we've been brought up on, which means that the past leads to the present and the present leads to the future, is not how you want to look at it anymore. Okay? So how you're going to look at it is that each moment is its own individual moment, all right? Its own individual reality, okay? So if each moment is its own individual reality that is existing in one moment, the only moment that there is, simultaneously, then it doesn't matter. The past has nothing to do with anything. And what we refer to as the past is as recent as you clicking on this video, as recent as the word video leaving my mouth is the past. It does not have to continue to be relevant, okay? Until you keep making it relevant, okay? You make it relevant. So, all right, now tap in, tune in, okay? So I want you to think about, let's just, even if you're like, no time and all moments existing now, and all it's boggling my mind. My mind's all scribble scrabble. Okay, let's just pretend for a minute that that's true. Let's just pretend that there's only one moment now. Okay? Was only one moment now. And let's say that this moment now, it's just an infinite now that just keeps expressing, right? And it's expressing based off of your beliefs and assumptions in that moment, okay? In that moment. So if in every moment you are identified because you judge off 3D, which we'll get to, but if in every moment you judge and say, I don't have what I want, I don't see it, so I don't have what I want. And so I'm going to try, I'm going to do, I'm going to affirm, I'm going to make, I'm going to force, I'm gonna, so that eventually, someday, hope, wish, all that shit, which implies it's not done now. If you are somebody who's like, I'm doing all the stuff, I'm doing all the techniques, I'm doing all the things. All right, let me kick something to you that's going to make a lot of sense to you, okay? You're doing all the techniques, but from what state of consciousness? Which means, what are you aware of behind the awareness? While you're affirming, what are you aware of that you're doing as you're affirming? You want to step outside of yourself and watch yourself, okay? When you're affirming, what is the state that you're in? What is the consciousness behind your affirming? The consciousness behind your affirming a lot of times is, I don't have what I want, and I'm going to say these things until I get what I want. And so in that state, you continue to judge based off of what's in front of you. And so you continue to, in every now moment, assume that I don't have what I want. I don't have what I want. Okay? And then it keeps being true. And then you keep forcing from the state of, I don't have what I want. And, as long as I do these things, I'll get what I want. So if that's true, you guys, it makes sense why you would be in Tryingsville, right? Because when does it ever stop then? If you identify as, I don't have what I want, and you look in 3D and 3D reflects back that assumption, and then you look at 3D and take from that evidence that I don't have what I want, and then 3D reflects back that assumption, when do you ever move into having it? Okay? This is why the appointed hour is now. All right? And I already know, right? But Olivia, the 3D. The 3D. Okay. And if you don't want what's in the 3D, you have to take your mind off what's in the 3D and put it on what you want it to be. It's the only way. Okay? Now, let's make this even more powerful. You want to do that? Let's do that. Take my hand, come out of the ghetto, and take a stroll down Wall Street. Y'all remember that commercial on MTV? Okay. So what keeps you from doing that, right? What keeps you from, okay, yeah, I can assume, all right, I can change my news story. Why don't you do that? You already know this. You hear every day. You already know. Why don't you do it? Why? Because you identify with the past. Ty. Girl. You identify with the past. You look at the past and you say, there I go, right? There I go. You look at your desire and say, not me, not yet. Look at 3D. You look at the past and you stick yourself to glue, like glue with it, right? There's me, yep. You wake up and think of your memories. You wake up and think of your memories. Yep, still that same old me. What if you weren't though? And let's go back to the main point, which is that there's no time, okay? There's no time. So whereas you might be thinking, well, it will take me time to be something else. Well, that's not even a factor anymore. It's about, what are you claiming now? What are you claiming now? Okay? What are you claiming now? Now, 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 now. If now is all that is, right? Because we keep thinking that our manifestation is in a future moment that we just haven't gotten to yet. Our manifestation is down the road, over the river bend, right? And as long as if I, and maybe I could get to it. But you decide that I'm there, I am. And it lights up that reality. Okay? You decide it now. And understand that you deciding it now doesn't always mean that your brain is going to hop on that train with you. You can decide now, you know what? That old story has nothing to do with me. And the old story might still try and talk its shit to you. But it's up to you to persist in what you decided now. Okay? Not awooga. They're fucking hilarious in the chat. But what you decided now. Okay? What you decided now. What are you choosing now? That's the only thing that's relevant. And if you sit here in the now and you say, but then that is what you're choosing. If you sit here in the now and say, well, I don't think I can, then that's what you're choosing. Okay? You get to choose that, you know what, even though I don't know how, I don't see how, I don't feel how, even though my reality looked like how it's looked, even though it's been looking like how it's looked, I know that infinite realities exist. Number one, you got to know that your reality already exists. Your desire, your solution already exists. Creation is finished. All things that can be are. All things that can be are now in the only one moment that's here. Okay, which is the next point. All right, so if all the realities exist, well, how do I get there? How do I get there? You decide that you are there. And listen to me, y'all, because some of y'all might say, I can't just decide. How do I get there? What's the process? How many repetitions do I need to do? What kind of meditation do I need to listen to? And if you are asking that right now, you're in the state of consciousness of linear time. You're in the state of consciousness of this leads to that, leads to this, which is okay. But what I'm talking about is above that shit. And this is why I said 10 times faster, okay? You can do it that time. You can do it like that. But you can come above and realize, because you're subject to what you think you're subject to, okay? So when you say, but time is real, and that does happen for me, and the past does matter for now, then you lock yourself into that experience, okay? You lock yourself into that experience. But when you say, damn, okay, you know what? I actually never experienced another time other than now. You've never, and you never will be in another time but now. So the idea that something is coming in a moment that's not now is an illusion. Okay? It's already done now. What moves me from this reality to there? My consciousness, my imagination, my decision, my focus, my attention. These are the things that move me from this physical experience to the physical experience that I'm choosing now. Okay? My imagination is what moves me there. My assumptions are what move me there. So when you realize that you're multidimensional, you're existing on multiple planes, you're existing in multiple realities, right? Then you make elsewhere here in the future now. You're simultaneously, when you're affirming and you're doing your techniques, or you're doing whatever it is that you're doing it knowing that this is already where I am. I'm not auditioning for the part. I'm not trying to get the part. I have the part, and I'm rehearsing the role. I'm rehearsing being this version of myself that I already am. I already am. I'm allowing it to feel real to me, regular to me, natural to me. Thank you guys for the gifts, by the way. I'm allowing it to feel regular and natural to me, and I'm doing that by whatever it is I'm doing. I'm visiting the reality that's already mine. I'm peeking into the reality that's already mine. Okay? It's done. So stop when you find yourself acknowledging time, when you find yourself saying, but how long? But how long? Answer it now. Here's the thing. But Olivia, it's not now though. I don't see it now. Your insistence that it is now is what makes it be now. Okay? Let's even go back a little bit, right? Let's say you're like, okay, I can't get with this no time stuff. I do believe that things have to take time. Okay? All right. So do you think that it's going to happen quicker if you're claiming it now or if you're claiming it later? Even in your idea of linear time, is it going to happen quicker if you're claiming it now or claiming that it's somewhere down the line? Which one do you think? Look, I'm the queen of Delulu, to be honest, y'all. Y'all already know that. I'm the queen of Delulu, but I like logic too. I won't say I like logic, but I can get with logic. Logic just needs a little bit of reassurance. It needs the math to math. That's all it needs. So ask it. Okay, logic. If it's not now, let's say it's going to take me time. Do you think it's better for us to claim it's now or to claim it's later? If, in fact, we do believe that our words become things. If we do believe that our assumptions harden into fact. If we believe that what we assume happens, then if we assume that it's now versus assuming that it's later, which one sounds better? Let the logical mind answer you. Okay? It's a logical answer. It's better for you. Doesn't really matter whether you believe in no time or not. It's better for you to claim it's now. Okay? Your reality already exists fully formed. I want you to take off the old story. Take it off. Right? Reverend Ike says, I take off the old identity. I fling it off of me. Fling it off of you. Whatever it is, I don't give a fuck what it is. You're going to let go right now, today. You're going to decide, you know what? That version of reality is not the reality that I'm in anymore. That version of me is not the reality that I'm in anymore. That's not the version that I am anymore. And yes, in fact, it is that simple. It's that simple of you saying that's no longer me and mentally disassociating yourself from that and then deciding this is who I am now. And what if that were true? That shit right there will get you out of anything that you're in. The old version, the story, the thing that I'm looking right now in my eyes, the thing that I'm looking at right now is no longer me. Why? Because all realities exist now. Now is the only time for me to decide it. It's going to be a now moment anyways. Guess what, y'all? Guess what? If you say, oh, actually, no, it's going to take me about 21 days to redo whatever my subconscious mind, you're still going to get whatever you get in a now moment. You're still, actually, what's going to happen is on that 21st day, your brain's going to say, hey, boss, the boss said today's the day that we can shift. So let's go ahead and shift now because she said 21 is 21. Here we go. You're the boss anyways. You might as well say now. But first, you have to stop identifying with and believing as the old version. You have to stop carrying the story and saying, yeah, but, usually things go like this. Okay, cool. You're not over there no more. Okay? You're not over there anymore. When you left elementary school and went to middle school, recess was over. It didn't matter that at 2:15, usually you got let out for recess. There's no recess anymore because you're in a whole different school. It's irrelevant. There's no snack time anymore. You're in a whole different school. What was relevant before, what was relevant in 5th grade is not relevant in 6th grade. And if you're in 6th grade and you're like, teacher, it's 2:15. It's about that time for us to go to recess. They're going to let you know, oh, we don't have recess here. Your old reality has nothing to do with it. And if you sit here, if you over there in your room, on your computer, on your phone right now saying, but then realize that you are the one dragging your heavy ass, annoying ass, old story into the now, into the eternal now. You're saying, no, but it's not. It's so funny, y'all, how people argue for their limitations. I posted a guided sat scene yesterday or the day before on TikTok. And I said, bring to mind whoever you tell everybody, whoever you tell everything to. People on there like, I don't have anyone to talk to. Oh, yeah. So trash the whole thing, the whole scene, everything that was just said because you don't have anybody to talk to instead of using your fucking brain Oh, maybe like maybe I could talk to myself. Maybe I just have the inner conversation. I don't know, put your fucking cat in the damn chair. It doesn't matter. We're so quick to argue for, well, this couldn't work for me because I don't really know. And oh my gosh, yeah, nah, that can't work for me. Okay, then it ain't gonna work for you. The fuck? You're doing that. You're doing that. And those people that do that are the people that's like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Everybody's against me. Nah, bruh, you're against you. Okay? Legit. Hear me. With love, ain't nobody against you. You're against you. Okay? If there's no enemy inside, the enemy outside can do no harm. What does that mean? What it means in manifestational terms, because it's not what it originally means, is it's about being solid. It's actually like an African proverb or something like that. And it's about being solid in your tribe. When you're solid with your community, the people outside can't do anything to penetrate that because you're solid in your community. Okay, when you're solid within yourself. When you're solid within yourself. When there's nobody against you and arguing against you receiving what you want inside, the enemy outside, the 3D outside, the people outside, the whatever outside can do no harm to you. And we so focused on the ops outside. You so focused on the ops outside. Well, SP is doing this. My money is looking like that. Oh, 3D. Oh my gosh, the government. All the shit that don't got shit to do with anything. And then somebody will say, hey, you know, all that stems from you. Yeah. But I'm going to still focus on all those other things. Okay, then. Do what you do. All right? I could lead you to the water. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not finna force your head in the shit. I'm not. All right? This is about as forceful as it's going to get because it's something that you have to choose for yourself. Something that you decide that you deserve an incredible life. And let me end it there, and then I'll read your comments. You deserve an incredible life. Somebody asked me a question on one of my other videos, and she was saying, you know, how do I start over? Like I've never, you know, had anything good in my life. I don't know where to start. I don't, you know, whatever. And first of all, you guys, number one, honestly, actually, know that you can. Know that you can. All the things that you think are stopping you, your past, your mentality, your whatever, is not stopping you. It's your idea that it's stopping you, that stops you. Okay? It's your idea that it's stopping you, that stops you. That's it. Many people have taken the same situation that you have and won with it. The same situation you're complaining about and won with it. Okay? If a person that is paralyzed can use their mind to walk again, come on now. You can get out your situation. So many of us, like being a Black person, you guys, especially as a kid, like, because now, I mean, things are changing, you know, most sort of, I don't know, whatever. But as a kid, it's like, you're Black, you're not going to have these things. These opportunities are not available to you. Things are going to be like this. Things are going to be like that. But for me as a kid, I was looking around like, well, yeah, that can't be true though. Because I see Black people with bags. So while that might be the general consensus, I see that there's an exception. And if there's an exception, that's the pool I'm trying to be in. And you have to decide to be the exception. I don't give a fuck. Ooh, I'm sorry. But with love, I don't give a fuck what your situation is. I don't. I do not give a fuck what the situation is. Because you have the power to get through it. You do. And that's not going to change. I don't care what you tell me. You could be buried in a damn coffin like fucking Kill Bill. She still got out that shit. All right? She still got out that shit. Most people, I would be like, it's over, bruh. Nah, I'm not gonna think to fucking karate chop the damn coffin and pull myself through the damn thing. But she was determined. Be determined. Understand that you deserve it. You can have it. Understand that. Guess what? I'm gonna tell you something that maybe a LOA coach won't tell you. It's just so you can be prepared. Sometimes it's not gonna be easy. Sometimes it's not gonna be easy. Everybody on here talking about it's easy, it's easy, it's easy, it's simple. Oh, it's simple, simple. You're God. Don't you get it? Da, 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 da. When you come up against resistance, you're like, I guess I'm doing it wrong. I guess I can't then. I guess there's something wrong with me. I guess they have something that I don't have. No, the truth is sometimes when you have been traumatized your whole life, when you've thought against yourself your whole life, when you've expected the worst your whole life, when all of this shit, when you've had no support your whole life, when you've used the 3D as validation your whole life, when your core beliefs have been fucked up your whole life, all right? Then yeah, it might take a little bit more than the first manifestation challenge that you do, or the first time that you try to affirm something, or the first time that you try and visualize something. Yes, it may take you more than that, but you're worth it. You're worth it. Y'all don't give up on these men. You don't give up on these damn SPs. Why you give up on yourself so easily? You wouldn't give up on your kid or your best friend? If your kid needed something, you're not going to say, damn, it's been really hard. I tried enough. I've been trying for months and I couldn't get it. So I guess you're just not going to have it. No, you're going to keep going until it's done. Have that same thing for you. Have that same conviction for you. Okay? Your life, you deserve it. You deserve to be happy and you can be. And I know moments, y'all, listen, I know moments where it seemed like I can never be happy again. I can never be happy. I can't get what I want. I fucked it all up. It's over with. You could feel like that, still get what you want. You could feel like that and still overcome. You can feel like that and still be great. It's just a moment. It's just a moment. It'll pass. It will pass. You will shine again. You will be up again. You will feel empowered again. You will say to the mountain, move from here to there, and it'll move and nothing will be impossible to you. But you can't do that if you give up. You can't do that if you ball up like a bitch. All right? All right. Let me read your comments. I love you guys. Tell me why during the money challenge I keep coming across money for other people. LOL, like my mom gave me over $1,600 to deposit for her. I wish it was mine. Decide it's yours. Revise it was yours. Today, my brother gave me $200 for my grandma. LOL, I like the momentum, but I want to see it in my bank account. So see it, Carisha. See it. Okay, revise that. Y'all, I'm sorry. Everything around me is falling apart and I'm struggling to stay focused, but I said, I need Olivia to be live and here you are. All right, then. The support is there. And listen for your mind. You're good. Why do you think you found this live? Everybody right now, especially those of you who are struggling, listen, tap in, tune in, okay? This moment right here, right now, is brand new, brand spanking new. It has nothing to do with what has been. Nothing. This one right here, this moment, and this one, and this one, and this one. It doesn't matter. Okay? I want you to ask yourself, what if it were true though? What if everything was solved for me now? What if Olivia really does have magic and she puts magic into these videos? And just like all these other people that come back and say, damn, I got exactly what I wanted after watching your live, I could be one of them too. What if it's already solved right now? What if it is? What if it is? I want you to just feel it in your body, close your eyes and just think, what if it's already solved? What if it's already done right now? What if she really just booped me into the reality where it's done? What would it feel like if I was there? The reality put pressure on you because it wants you to assert yourself. All right? Assert yourself. I love how when I learned about revision, they said we're not remembering the past, we're recreating it. Only remember, revise what you want to be recreating. I love that, Azania. That's such a good one. Drop the old story, you guys. Understand right now, what you think right now, that you're like, this is hard. It's hard for me. I can't do it. I can't focus. I can't ignore 3D. I keep getting triggered. Yeah, okay. That's all a story about your old life, your old reality. You're not there anymore. You have open availability to all realities, any reality that you want right now. You get to step into the reality where it's easy for you. And I'm telling y'all, get delulu and get exaggerative. Like, I don't even fucking know. I don't even know what that's like. The thing that's right in front of your face. Like, you don't have any money. I don't even know what it's like not to have money. I don't even know what it's like not to have money. All I know is endless money. That's all I know. If y'all not doing the money challenge, you should be. It's on my page. It's the most recent uploaded video. But like, the thing is, you guys, it's just focus. It's just focus and consistency. Focus and consistency. If you can do that, you can change your situation. I don't care how freaking impossible it seems. You can change it. But you do need to focus and you do need to be consistent. Capiche? Not sometimes I imagine beating up the old story. Azania, you're so cute. Not, I'm deciding you're here with me. All right, swiper. Y'all are hilarious. What's crazy is when I'm in the state, it feels like I'm remembering my manifestation. I just want that feeling to last longer. It lasts all day for you, Carisha. It lasts all day for you. Yes, I just read something like that from Neville. That is from Neville. Make elsewhere here, in the future now. I wish I wasn't so logical. I came across LOA and now I have to learn that everything is illusion. Yes, all of us are learning it. Not, I'm Mariah Carey and old reality is J-Lo. Damn, bruh. You need to, what's it called when they kick a field goal? You need to kick that J-Lo reality, bruh. Kick a field goal with that J-Lo reality. All y'all, kick a field goal with your own reality. Going to be honest, I'm training myself to understand it's not ever going to be 21 days or forever. I feel like I'm just stuck in a loop and resistant to get this in my head. Thank you for this. Right. I manifested an apartment in 1 hour. Congratulations, beautiful. It's amazing. Just as I used to try to karate chop like she did in the coffin when I was a kid. Me too. I was like, it's not working for me. Oh my gosh. It's my money and I have it now. Period. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, so many of you guys crying tonight. I love you, beautifuls, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be all right. It's going to be fine. It's going to be more than fine. It's going to be magnificent. It's going to be wonderful. It is wonderful, isn't it? Isn't it wonderful? I checked the mail and got a $4,300 credit on my account today. Love that. Congratulations. How to fully remove the fear and doubt. I feel thoughts about that are always in the back of my mind, even if I stay, those are just old awareness trying to stay alive. Okay. So when it comes to this, usually if you have thoughts that like are always there, it can be like a core belief. Like it could be something that you believe behind your beliefs. Like maybe something like, I don't ever get what I want anyway. Or, you know, if I get something I want, something bad's going to happen. Or, you know, it could be something like that. But it, like, understand, y'all, the ego is going to do the ego's thing. Okay. The ego is in fear and doubt because, number one, remember when I tell y'all it's trained or untrained, right? Your ego has been chief officer for your whole life. Your ego has been running the show for your whole life. And now you're trying to crowd it out with this mystical God self. And it's looking like the ego is not trying to have it. You know what I'm saying? The ego is like, don't you understand? I'm trying to keep you alive. Don't you see all my statistics for you and the statistics for the world and the statistics for people that look like you? You know, you're a woman. They're never going to recognize who you are. You might as well just lower that expectation. You're a person of color. Everybody hates you. You're never going to do that. You might as well just go work at the warehouse. You know what I'm saying? That's where you're going to be comfortable. No, your 9-to-5 job that could fire you at any moment is actually the most secure place you could be. Your business that you would be in control of is what's going to fail you. This is the ego doing its job. Okay? The ego is like, I'm trying to keep you safe. And the way I know to do that is by looking at the facts. And the facts is all the old story. So when you can understand that, instead of being in resistance to the fear and the doubt, you can understand it. You see what I'm saying? You can understand it. You can see it and be like, oh, you're just trying to keep me safe. Yeah, you know what? I get why you would think that, logical mind, because that's how we've been operating. But I have a new way now. Let's try this. And in fact, you can be there. You could be there. Think about anxiety, y'all, okay? I want you to see anxiety. Y'all, if y'all seen Inside Out 2, y'all should watch it. But I want you to personify anxiety, okay? I want you to see anxiety as a little you who's anxious, scared. And you go to that anxious, scared little you and say, oh my God, you being that anxious and scared is fucking everything up. And if you keep being like that, everything's just going to get worse. What do you think the kid is going to say to that? How are they going to feel? The kid that's already anxious, that's already afraid about what's about to happen. And now you're telling them, hey, how you're feeling is actually about to make everything worse. They're going to be more anxious. Okay? It doesn't matter how logical you're spitting it to them. Like, hey, don't be anxious. You know, we're trying to get our desire. It doesn't matter. You're causing more anxiousness in them. What if you were to tell your anxious child, they come to you, I'm scared. I don't know if we're going to get what we want. And what if it goes really bad? And oh my God. And what if you say, you know what? It's okay that you feel like that. It makes sense that you feel like that. You want us to be safe. You want to make sure that we're okay. You know something? Pretty much every person that has gotten what they wanted has felt like that at some time. They felt like that before. So it's not even a problem. It's okay. And in fact, I'm here for you. No, I'm not going to sit here and choke you out until you're not anxious anymore. I'm just going to let you know that I'm here and that your experience that you're having is all right and it's not stopping anything. How do you think the anxious kid's going to react to that? Maybe they don't have to be so anxious. Maybe if their present moment, if their now moment isn't a problem. If they're not, then they're exiting Tringsville. Instead of saying, I'm in Tringsville, I have to get rid of this feeling so that I can get to where I am. Realize that you're always where you want to be. Decide that you're always where you want to be. It's already done because I get to decide that right now. And it doesn't matter how long I've been deciding the opposite. I get to move into the now moment, realize that all realities exist. The reality that I want exists. There's no time for me to get there. There's just a decision for me to get there. So I'm deciding I'm there. And I'm not deciding that based off of 3D because 3D doesn't make decisions for me anymore. I make decisions for the 3D. 3D doesn't tell me what to do. I tell 3D what to do. So I'm deciding right now that that old reality is just that. It's an old reality. And I'm not going to take anything else but that for an answer. This is the reality that I'm in now. And I don't care how much I think about the old reality. I don't care what I'm seeing about the old reality because I know that an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So I know that despite what I'm seeing, despite what it's looking like, if I persist, it will harden into fact. And so if I persist, it'll harden into fact, then what makes more sense? Me to look for signs, me to look for movement, me to question why it's taking so long, me to perpetuate it into the future, or is it for me to assume that I have it right now, which is the basis of the whole fucking law? The math is mathing, okay? What did Nina say? I missed hers. I don't see it. Oh, got my back pay from the VA, 14 bands, period. Okay, Nina, congratulations, beautiful. I love that. Got 70% off BAT, and they take years to even do all of that. I'm so shocked that it happened so fast. Still got a few more appointments and I'll be at 100%. Love that, yes. Everything happens fast for God, happens instantly for God, okay? I try not to be exhausted mentally and physically to where I manifested anemia. I try to be positive, but how do you stay in a state where the world is always showing you the opposite? Excuse me. Okay. So first of all, make staying in a state have nothing to do with the world, y'all. That's how. This is what I'm saying, y'all, and this is what I was saying in that validation video. Okay? You guys keep looking to 3D to tell you something, to tell you what to do. You keep looking at 3D like it's your fucking commander. Okay? You keep looking and saying, well, what's going on? I guess that's what it is. You got to stop that. You got to understand that your say-so has supremacy over what it is. Your say-so, your words, your assumptions, your manifestations, your imagination has supremacy over what it is. Your say-so has supremacy over what it is. Your say-so has supremacy over everything. So if you continue to look at what it is and say so that this is what it is, it's going to continue to be like that, y'all. And I say that pretty much every video, and I'm going to keep saying it because somewhere we get it in our head that we can keep identifying with the same shit and expect it to change. You can't. You can't. And if you're gonna do that, be a muggle. Find a support group so you guys can take turns and say, hello, I'm so-and-so. Life is shitty for me. It's been shitty for me for life. And it's probably gonna continue to be shitty for me. And everybody, y'all over here understand how shitty it is for me because look at what life is shitty. Okay, then cool. But if you wanna be a mystic, you're going to take your attention away from that. You're going to know that what it is has nothing to do with what it can be, y'all. Even as a logical lily, what it is has nothing to do with what it can be. If I say I live in Atlanta, Georgia, I could never live in Texas. I could never live in Hawaii. I could never live in freaking Tokyo. How? No, actually I could. This, where I'm at, has nothing to do with what I could do, even as a logical person. Well, I'm a lawyer. I've been a lawyer my whole life, but, you know, I want to be, I don't know, a freaking doctor now. Okay, you can actually still do that, bruh. It does not matter. But you can also say, well, you know, I've been this my whole life, so this is all I could be. Okay, and then who's saying that? Okay. I got abused when I was extremely wealthy. I had been up until 6 years ago. Do I tell myself it never happened and that I've always been safe? It is embarrassing to admit it. Yeah, I would suggest that. Like when it comes to revision, especially when it comes to something like abuse, you guys, I feel like you have to take that how you're ready. You know, I like, you got to take that how you're ready, but I would definitely suggest from the most powerful perspective to revise it, because you just, truthfully, you guys, you just simply don't have to. When it comes to things like trauma, there's a time, I believe, where you kind of got to process what's going on, depending on your state of consciousness, right? But when you have a trauma, you might need to take time to process what happened for you before you just go into, no, it didn't, oh my God, whatever. And it depends, like I said. But also, you don't want to drag that out over your whole life, okay? You don't want to drag it out over your whole life. At some point, you do want to say, okay, I want to stop identifying with this event that happened. I want to move past it. And then, yes, do revise that it never happened. Revise that. Revise like, I'm not in that reality anymore. Okay, this is what helps me. I'm not in that reality anymore. I'm in a different reality. Just the same way, like I said, I'm not in elementary school anymore. I can't expect the same things from school as I did in elementary school. I'm in middle school now. Make it completely irrelevant. It's over there. It happened to her, not me. Okay? I love that, Nakia. I am the miracle and the miracle worker. Period. Hey, Princess Lucia. Oh, sometimes I imagine myself hugging my ego mind, and it's like a scared child, and it's very healing. Yes, I love that. This is getting long, y'all. All right, how would you define delusion and psychosis? Because I'm in a few manifestation groups and some people bring that, especially when it comes to acting as if it's confusing. Okay, I would say it's your state of consciousness, right? So one of the quotes that you guys hear me say is, if a fool would persist in his folly, he would become wise, right? So what that means, this is what I think about delusion, okay? I like, some people say it's not delusion because science and yada, yada, yada. I don't care. To me, from someone who's looking at something, if you're looking at reality, you don't see what you want and you're telling yourself you have what you want, it can be seen as delusion, but it works. That's what I think about delusion. It works. So if a fool would persist in his folly, he'd become wise. So I'm going to delude myself until I have what I want. The other thing is that you're deluding yourself anyway. All the things that you think about yourself are not true anyways. All the little self-concepts and beliefs and assumptions that you have are not true anywhere. They're delusions. The belief that you think that you are who you are, the belief that I think that I'm Olivia, is a delusion. It's a dream. So we're deluding ourselves anyways. Might as well delude yourself into something you want. Okay? Now, psychosis, this is where I would say somebody who does not have control of their mind anymore. Okay? This is somebody who doesn't have control of their mind. All right? That's psychosis to me. Right? This is somebody, and I don't mean like you can't control your mind so you're psychotic. I mean somebody who is like they just can't, their mind is telling them stuff and they just can't get a grasp on it. Okay? It's affecting like their mental and their well-being. Okay? They're like just kind of all over the place. For me, it's an energy. Like very rarely I'll have people who are in psychosis come to me and there's an energy behind it. It's a very like erratic, chaotic feeling energy. It's like and to be honest, you guys, I think that sometimes people trying to bite off more than they're consciously ready to chew is what puts them into that. It's the people that learn about LOA day one and say, oh, well, then I'm going to manifest that Barney is a real person and that he's in love with me and we baby bop and motherfucking whoever is our kids and we live in Barneyville, and you don't understand, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand any of the law of assumption at all. So you are being delusional in an unhealthy sense to where you just And look, I'm not saying, it's impossible to manifest Barney as your SP. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying. And when I say that, y'all, I'm not even being funny. Like, because I truly believe that everything is possible. Because the thing is, you won't know what's possible until you assume it. You won't know what's possible until you assume it. The moment you decide it's impossible to you. The moment you decide it's possible to you. But what I'm saying is, understanding the moldability of reality, understanding even what I just said, understanding that all things are existing, understanding that creation is finished. A lot of people, after studying the law for years, can't even understand that on a basic level to bring things into their life that make sense. You see what I'm saying? Like money or a job or this. So somebody that is trying to make that make sense for them living in Barneyville may cause you some problems. You know what I'm saying? But hey, do you? You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you what to do. So but what I'll say is this, Zania, because this is the thing, right? If I was the person watching this and I was like, but damn, that's kind of me. I want to manifest Barney to be my SP. Understand what I said, that what is impossible to others is not impossible to you until you're in agreement with that, okay? So when you're in the group and they're saying this and they're saying that, like a lot of people, you guys, a lot of even probably like law of attraction people would look at what we do as law of assumptioners and say you're in psychosis. That's not healthy for you. You see what I'm saying? Somebody who is less powerful, if you had a freaking, I don't know, an ache in your stomach, and you were like, I'm not going to go to the doctor, I'm going to assume I'm healthy. Well, somebody else would say that's psychotic, that's psychosis, that's crazy. You're not God of your reality. All of this shit would be psychosis because that's the level of consciousness that they're at. So you can't, this is what I'm gonna be telling y'all. Don't talk with muggles. Shit, don't really talk with anybody. Really. Because unless they're at your same exact state of consciousness, they're probably not gonna have anything helpful to tell you. Feel me? So I want to study computer-aided design, but my desired uni doesn't have that degree. I also want it online, and again, that uni doesn't have that option. So can I manifest them having those options? Yes, you can. See yourself on logging on. That'd be a perfect sat scene. See yourself logging on to your online class that you're taking because you decided it, and going in and doing your course. Okay. God doesn't need proof to prove that God exists. This is why I will always rock with what the fuck I say, because what I say matters. That's it. I'm a mystic unapologetically. Period. All right? Period. You're a mystic. And even y'all, I'm telling you right now, y'all, listen to me, okay? The person on here who's in the worst circumstance, the person on here who's the most down on themselves, the person on here who's like, man, I hear all this, but I really don't believe. You're still God. You're still powerful. You still doing this shit. You're still galactifying the galaxies. You are still true to this shit, not new to this shit. And you keep telling yourself that I don't get it and I don't know. And so you're choosing the brain. You're choosing out of your infinity of brains, the brain that doesn't get it. Choose the brain that gets it right now. Choose the brain that gets it. Swear to God, I did this on a call one time with my friend. And she's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I was like, yeah, that's because you keep thinking you don't get it. Just think you get it. She was like, oh shit, I get it. Swear to God. Okay? You're a beautiful soul, Mishia. Y'all are all beautiful souls. That's why you're here. We're just reflections of each other. I love you guys so much. Not big. Manifest Barney on 1031. Y'all stupid. I can't. I think that's why my logical mind becomes powerful, because it's afraid and will fall into psychosis and unhealthy delusion. Okay, Azania, let me say this then, okay? Let's talk about what's a healthy mind and what's a healthy perspective on life. The healthy perspective on life is that everybody in the world has control over you. Everybody else tells you who you are. You're going to work and work and work until you're so old and your bones are crickety and crackety that now you can stay home and collect a measly ass fucking check that can't even cover the fucking medications that you need for your gassy stomach and your damn cataracts. And then you can make do with what you can with your other $19 to support you throughout the week after you done gave 65 or fucking 30 or 40 or 50 years to a damn company that don't give a fuck about you. And so that you can die happily with your white picket fence and 2.5 kids. And there's your American dream. Let me know how that makes sense. Let me know. Even the religious part, right? The all-powerful, all-knowing God created you as a sinful, terrible person. He knew everything you was going to do and actually created you to do all the things you was going to do just so that he could send you to hell. And he loves you, though. Where is the logic, y'all? When y'all actually look at the shit that's degular thinking, you'll see that there's no logic in that shit. That shit was just repeated and repeated and repeated until we accepted it. Oh, wow, that sounds like something else. That sounds like something else. It sounds like an assumption, though false, if persistent, and will harden into fact. This shit is going on in every way. Delusion. There is a person today that's fucking, I don't know, 64, that's like barely shrugging on their damn vest to go get paid $15 an hour. That's going to take 30% out they check for that. And thinking, yeah, my freedom is just around the corner next year when I can retire and collect $200 a week. That's freedom to them, y'all. Tell me where that makes sense. That's the world that we live in. That's what makes sense. That's regular degular. That's muggle living. All this shit is fantasy. All this shit is illusion. All of this shit is silly. It might as well be silly in your favor. The Delulu is the Salulu, and it will always be the Salulu. And all these motherfuckers that think they're so logical, and oh my God, they still delusional. They're still delusional. They're just delusional in a way that's never going to serve them. Y'all talking about Barney being real. Y'all funny as fuck. Feeling is the secret. How do I feel it? Imagine. What if it were true? When you ask yourself, what if it were true? And you do it lighthearted. What if it were true? Like, just like I always say, some of y'all already know what I'm about to say. What if we were princesses? Let's play pretend. Let's play pretend. What if it were true? When you go into what if I was? What if I did? What if that did happen? Your mind is automatically going to give you, supply you with feelings, images, all of that stuff. And you're going to continue to return back to that image, to that saying, to that affirmation, to that decision, and keep asking yourself, keep returning to that state. What if it were true? And you're going to practice and dwell in that feeling and keep returning to it. I love you so much, Libby. You changed my life. That makes me so happy. I can't. My dad dressed up as Barney in the 90s and kids kicked him because he was wearing sneakers and not purple feet. I can't, bruh. Hilarious. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go. We came a whole hour. And I am knowing for sure that this prospered you. If anything, it definitely gave you a laugh because we was cutting up today. But I am sending you guys infinite love. If you guys like to work with me, you can work with me one-on-one, or you can join the Patreon, get your first 7 days free in there. But other than that, I'm intending it prospers you immensely. I know that it has, you guys. I know that you shifted. I know that you're already in the reality right now. Just a reminder before we clock out. Okay? A reminder, now is the only moment that there is. Now is the time for you to decide that you have it. Now is now is for you to decide that you have it and persist in that, and persist in having it, not getting it, persist in being it, not becoming it. All right? Wayne's World, excellent. All right, I love you guys. Sending you infinite love, and I'll see you guys